He got
day 5 of
take 2. This time I'm not gonna look at anyone coming out of the pool.
We're showing this.
They don't care.
Okay.
I'll show it to Miss Johnston, not Miss Williams.
Okay. So today's plan was to build goat sheds and to install solar systems in some people's houses and to get a tour of one of the schools we helped out 2 years ago. And it was quite nice because my sister went on that trip and I was able to see what work she's done and how it's kind of expanded and improved. Yeah, it was a good experience.
So Mike got the buses to drop us off in like the village centre, which was essentially just a tree with
some like houses
buildings around it. There didn't really seem to be any life there except for like the few children there and like the group of men on motorbikes. And then when we were walking up towards the school and we were seeing all these children and they were all going like Jumbo, and they were so kind. They were holding our hands.
Yeah.
It just
yeah.
So what did we do? Then we went to.
So we walked to the school, and then we got the tour of the school, and then once we did that, we actually went for lunch. We went to an orphanage that Nord Anglia is kind of working with, and we got to have lunch there. It was great lunch, and then we actually.
I had a nosebleed.
Oh yeah, she got her nosebleed.
I'll cut it out.
But then we got to, I was so excited to play football with the kids, and I don't know, it was just really exciting because, I don't know, they're so much younger, but they're so much better at football than me, and it was just a fun time, because like, everyone joined in, and we had a soccer game, the orphanage against us, and they eventually won, because Mike helped them, but it was a good soccer game.
So after that, we got split into our groups that we'd been put into earlier in the day, and we went off to our separate locations where we'd be doing the various different things. Do you want to take it in turns somehow?
Yeah.
So with my group, we walked to this little hut with garden with plants around it. It was basically in a farm, and we were introduced to the man who owns it. His name is Francis. He has 8 kids, and they all lived in this house, which is probably the size of my bedroom, if not smaller. And that, like, for me, I felt about, I don't know how to say it.
Just chocolate, like speechless.
It was, I've said it a lot, but it hit me that I'm a 17-year-old girl, and I've been fortunate enough to live in, I've been fortunate enough to sleep in this one room on one side of the world, and then on another side of the world there's a family with parents who have probably been working their whole life, who have just been able to afford a house like this. And that was crazy to me. And then when we were making the hut, the goat shed itself, this is gonna sound a bit weird, but we had the owner of the house. The owner of the house was watching us, and he did help us cutting some stuff, and they were all so grateful that we were there. And I don't know, but for me that was strange, because in America at the moment, the tensions are so high. Like, the tensions are so high. You wouldn't see an interaction like that. So that made me feel I felt quite shocked. Like, I don't know, I don't want to sound like racist. Like, because the tensions are so high in the US, like, between
like races and like racism, and I think I know what you're getting at.
It's very prominent at the moment, and it feels a lot like everybody's like watching you. But here, everyone was just helping us, and it was like like, who cares? Our skin is different colors, whatever. We're on the same planet. Like, you're here to help me.
I'll help you in return.
We'll help you. It was, yeah, that was, sorry. And then, like, when, yeah. Okay.
So I went into a separate group in Alice, and they were building a goat shed outside the house, but I was able to help put in the solar lights so that they can have light in their house at night, so they can actually study or see some stuff. And it was actually really, it was quite, I don't want to say strange, but when we were working, there was kind of an area where the whole family would sit and just watch us work, and they were just watching us, and like they weren't really talking at all.
I had that.
Yeah, and I don't know how to feel about that, honestly, but once we did, I was working with 2 other people, and we were working together just installing the lights, and we had to kind of communicate with each other, like, where are we going to put this light, how are we going to nail this in and whatnot. But then once we actually got the lights on and working, when we walked into one of the rooms, one of the kids shut the door, and he just kept flicking the light on and off, and it was really cool, just because they've never experienced that before, and I think it's just really amazing.
It's something we see every day.
It's something we see every day, and we take for granted every single day. And now, after like maybe like an hour of working, they have light. They have something that will change their lives, which is quite amazing, and it's kind of just speechless. I can't really describe how I feel. And I'm just glad that I can be able to do that to somebody.
I mean, we saw the positive impacts that we're having, and we saw the grateful people, but
I'm afraid of the negatives.
There were also a few ungrateful people along the way that we would encounter. Like, one of our teachers was telling us that one of the elders was saying, like, there's more important things for you to be like fixing in Tanzania. Go do something else. And then like, yeah, I'm not gonna say the rest of it.
There was actually, I was trying to work, and I was helping saw something, and I wasn't really doing anything. I was just standing on a plank of wood, and I just looked around, and then there's a man, I'm assuming that lives in the house. He was just smoking, and I guess I looked. Sorry?
Is this him?
I'm not sure if it was him. I'm not sure if we're talking about the same person, but I just looked around, and I guess I don't know if I was being disrespectful, but I guess I looked tired or I looked grumpy or something like that. And I'm not sure if and then he comes up and walks to me, and he starts speaking in Swahili, and I'm not sure what he says, but either he was offering me his cigarette because he was smoking there, or he was either saying something to me, or that I was like disrespecting him, and I honestly don't know. Like, I want to know, but at the same time I don't. Like, I want to apologize if I have done anything, and I wasn't able to because of the language barrier, and I wasn't able to understand what he was saying, and that's kind of like, it kind of hit me that I'm there, but I don't know anything about the culture. I don't know anything about the language, and I don't know exactly what the people want. I'm just doing what our program has to offer, and I don't know. It's just kind of it's just something for me to think about.
Food for thought.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was day
5.
5.
Bye.
Let's go shower.
Yeah, take a shower.